All right. So one of the things you're probably wondering is, Brandon, I can see all of the really positive Google reviews, but how bad could it get? Like, if this doesn't work out, like, how bad can I really fuck you on this deal? It's a question that's on everyone's mind, especially when it's really difficult to find. I mean, at the time of recording this, there's no bad reviews about us out there anywhere to find. I actually asked a bunch of members in the Melbourne workshop recently, and I said, hey, as you're going through our sales process, were you a little bit skeptical because you couldn't find any bad reviews? And they said, yeah. So what I'm going to do is in this, I'm going to show you our internal uh, NPS survey, all the feedback. I'm not going to filter it by like fucking showing it like the best scores or anything like that. As you can see here on the left, none of the filters have been applied to this survey. And so you'll be able to see all 279 of the post 2-day Launchpad workshop surveys we've ever received, all the way through to when we first started using SurveyMonkey, which would have been, it would have been 2023. So you can see the full names of everyone here. But let's get down to it. So the first question we ask is, how do you rate me as a presenter and teacher? I average 9.2. Sophie presents the workshop with me as well. She averages a 9. This next one is, how much support do you feel like you got throughout the 2 days from the team? Down here is, I didn't get any support at all. Up here on the far right is, there was way more support than we expected. We just recently added this question at the start of this year as the workshops were growing. So I wanted to measure, as there's more people in the room, instead of being like a dozen people in the room, like there was like a year or two ago, now there's like 50 people in the room. I want to make sure everyone is still getting the support that they were expecting. And 48% of people said there was way more support than I expected. 14 out of 14.8% gave us a 9. 19.2% gave us an 8. What's this? 10% gave us a 7. 6, 5, 4, and then one person gave us a, what's that? 1, 2, 3. Conversions. So this is talking about landing pages. How easy did you find it to follow along with us teaching landing pages and nurture sequences? One person gave us, so 0.36% of people gave us it's incredibly difficult. Up here, 35% of people said it was easy. That was a 10 out of 10. 10% gave us a 9. 20% gave us an 8. 11% gave us a 7. 6, 5, 4. So 2% of people, what's this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12. Like 12 people out of 278 gave us below a 5. Ads. How easy did you find it to follow along with writing ads? These are the scores here. 32% said it was easy. 9 or 10% gave us a 9 out of 10. 20% gave us an 8, or 21% gave us an 8 out of 10. 16% gave us a 7. 6, what's that? That's a score of 6 and 9%. And you can see, obviously, it goes down and down and down. Campaigns, the average person found gave us a score of 8.1 when it came to how easy it was to follow along with building a meta campaign. Only 2 people ever said it was incredibly difficult. 36% gave us easy, so 102 people said it was easy. 10% gave us a 9, 17% gave us an 8, 17% gave us a 7, and then obviously it kind of trails down like this. Google, we got a 7.4. 20% said it was easy, 10% gave us a 9. So basically 60, 30, 20, 40, 50. 50% of people gave us an 8 and above, and then obviously it starts to trail down there. Sales. So this is, how easy did you follow along with the sales concepts? 8.9. 53% said it was easy, 14%. So you can kind of see the distribution's obviously pretty heavily weighted up here. The pre-workshop material, 4 people said it was incredibly difficult. 37% said it was easy. 13% gave us a 9. And then obviously you can see all the scores here, but the average is 8.1. This is some other things we had. So we added this question: if we could add one thing either before, during, or after these 2 days that would improve your experience 10 times, what would it be? Someone said, hard to answer. Only signed up the day before. Couldn't get too much done. So this one says, during the event, I felt it went too quickly. I could turn it into a 3-day course easily. Write better copy for my ads. I'm not so good at or close to technical minded. I tend to overthink and master everything, so when I'm introduced to something new, I get overwhelmed quickly. If there was a section in the learning materials for people who are complete beginners that explains what a CRM is, what high level is, how high level works and why we need it, what a subdomain is, blah, 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 blah. So I'll just scroll. I'm not going to read all of them because there's 279, but I have to scroll through this, and you can just pause the video whenever you want. I love this one, beer. Nearly at the bottom. This goes all the way back to 2023 as well, so some of the stuff has already been implemented. Oh, fucking hell, there's still more. The general, just to give you a summary in case you're not pausing already, the general theme that we pick up is that it's pretty dense for 2 days, which is obviously why we record it. We have considered splitting it up into 3 days. We haven't decided to do that just yet, though. Oh my god, there's so many. It's basically just the general theme is like goes fast. Would be nice if we had like more time. Oh my god. Okay, I'm just going to move to the next one. It's taking a while. And then any other comments or feedback before I do this one, I'll just show you this one. So our average, finally, how likely are you to recommend us to a friend or a colleague? We've averaged 9.5. 76% of people that do the workshop highly recommend us. 8% gave us a 9. 8% gave us an 8. 3% gave us a 7. 6. 5. So there's only been one. What's that? 4. Five people that have scored us 5 or below. So what's this? 76 plus 8 plus 8. 92% of people give us an 8, a 9, or a 10 and above, and 76% of people gave us a 10. So let's go into the comments. Overall, it was amazing. Also experienced and I learned so much. So massive thank you there. Presentation is great, but hard to follow at times. The room was too warm. Should be like 22 degrees. I'll scroll through these because, again, there's 233 responses here. So a great couple of days. It's mostly people just expressing appreciation. Yeah, there's another theme actually is because there's like no upsell at the end of day 2. Sometimes people actually just asking us for an upsell. So I think you can make a shitload of money if there was a trade specific upsell. Awesome experience, you guys rock. Blah blah blah. Should have margaritas on day 2, Arvo. I agree. No, it's been great. Looking forward. No other comments. Mostly no comments. Overall, great. I'm just trying to find a bad one. I was rushed to join at last minute. I'm so pleased. Okay, I was pleased I did. It's right alignment in terms of team material and content. It was great. No other comments. There we go. A lot of the difficulty was within myself retaining all the information, and doing it on one computer was super hard for myself. So this would have been someone that live streamed. Switching screens back and forwards was a nightmare. I work a lot better one-on-one. I know it's not super hard stuff. I had only piss break all day. Spent my break time in breakout rooms. By the afternoon, my brain was not working. Needed a bigger breakout. Only disappointment was that I didn't get to finish everything. Was hoping to have ad pretty much ready to go and left confused. But understand I can join advisory. Know if any of my friends joined this as well, they'll probably not have made it to the end. So much information and tech in 2 days. Also, probably not a great time to ask these questions, but my brain is cooked tomorrow. I'm sure I'll feel different. Really enjoyed the first day. Second day broke me. Yeah, because day 2 is building a meta in your Google campaigns. It's very dense. Cool. Not too many comments here. I'm trying to find a bad one. Great support, fantastic. No comments. You're legends. No, was good. Less yapping, more learning, but also with laughy emojis. I had my colleagues do all the research and sign up, and I had absolutely no idea about it or anyone involved, and was pleasantly surprised. Even though I've had some level of confidence to set up our advertising, and I don't even deal with that side of the business. Great workshop, thank you. Again, I'm just going to scroll through these, and if there's any you want to like pause the video and you can do that. Yeah, it's the same with good presenters. Anything else? No. Brandon's day 2 intro was a bit too grumpy rather than exciting. I remember that. Cool. That's pretty much it. Very good. Worth the money. Didn't know what to expect in the business world full of scam artists, but thought I'd give it a go, and it was worth what I paid times 10. Y'all are very knowledgeable, super well structured. Cool. What I'm actually going to do, I'm gonna find the comments. Okay, so we had, what's this? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. What is it? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5 and below. So there's 5 people that gave us a score of 5 and below. I'm gonna see if I can filter by exactly what they said. By questions. 1. I'm gonna see what these people said. So that's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. All right, so the people that gave us, let's go 6 and below. What did they say? So typically they found things like more difficult to follow along with, but what did they say? Any other comments or feedback? Maybe a bit more time to ask questions. Wish I was better at keeping up. A lot of we read that one before. Yep. I did this online about 8 months ago. What an incredible experience. Last time I literally could not follow along. This time I felt like I could comprehend everything better. Found it hard to hear a lot of the teaching. Found it hard to follow along with Sophie because she spoke softly and went quickly. Cool. So that's the only feedback we got from people that gave us like 6 and below. Another thing, if you guys are curious to like the difference of scores between in-person and live stream, I think I've got a thing. So live stream, filter by questions. So if someone attended a live stream, this is how easy or difficult they found it to follow along. So following along with live stream, yeah, even still, even with the live stream, they gave us 9.1 for how much support they felt they got throughout like the breakout rooms. 8 for landing pages, 8.2 for writing ads and content, 7.6 for Meta, 7.2 for Google, 8.7 for sales. And then, where was it? The NPS score is an average of 9.3, so only 0.2 points lower than the average. And then if we go in person, we'll see the difference in like difficulty and score at the end. 8.8. That's funny. The live stream actually got a slightly higher score. 8.8 for in person, 8.2 for landing pages, 8.2, 7.5 for Google, 8.9 for close, and then the NPS score at the bottom, 9.5. So what was our live stream? Live stream was 9.2. 9.3 or something like that. So anyway, those are all of our internal reviews. So you can actually do your own due diligence of, all the public facing testimonials and reviews are really, really great. But like, what's the worst that could really happen? And now you've seen all of our worst reviews. So hopefully that helps you in your decision making process.